Hello everyone, welcome to today's session. I'm Meenakshi and we have been talking about sentence completion and fill in the blanks since the last two videos that you must have seen. In the first one I was talking about the theoretical aspects of fill in the blanks or sentence completion. I talked about the three question types, the single blank, the double blank and the cloze test. In the next video we solved some blank wise questions, the single double blanks, we solved some questions, and today we have come with the cloze test. Cloze test, I've told you earlier, is a small paragraph, 4-5 lines, and there are 3-4 blanks in it, and you have to fill it in the best possible manner. In the cloze test, the whole paragraph actually has to be taken into consideration. Sometimes the clues are given later on also, so it's a good idea to read the whole paragraph and then keep filling it as and when you can, and look for all the clues. Have a mental answer, look for the clues, see the options and find the correct answer. That has to be the strategy. So without wasting any more time, let us solve a few questions so that we are very comfortable with this chapter. All right. So eyes on your screen, and here on your screen you see highlighted in yellow, I've got this cloze test, which is one paragraph. Read the whole thing. There are 3 blanks in this and the 3 options are given for the blanks. So you have to read the whole paragraph, have your mental answers, match them and solve them. You will please stop the recording for a moment, solve it, and then we'll discuss. So I believe you have seen the recording here, and now let us try to solve it, right? So sorry. So let's try to solve these questions. So the first one for you. So now let us look at a mental answer. So insects do not have sharp that of mammals and birds. Now sharp what? Sharp teeth could be there, eyesight could be there, vision could be there. So let us look at the options here. Wings, sharp wings, not correct. Absorption, not correct. Sharp absorption, not correct. Sharp vision, yes. Eyesight. So insects do not have sharp eyes, right, as that of mammals or birds. The insect's compound eye, now see here, the clue is here, the eye and then the option of the vision. So the clue I told you in the cloze test you will find anywhere. Maybe for the first option clue will be later on. So make sure you're reading the whole paragraph. So here the compound eye is more familiar to movement, and so it cannot dash position distant objects. Now it cannot focus on distant objects. So if it cannot focus, it cannot look very clearly. So clearly focus, precisely position. Hilarious is funny and tangible is something which you can touch. Here it is not related to that. So precisely. So the eye, now let's read it again. Insects do not have vision as sharp as that of mammals or birds. The insect's compound eye is more familiar to the movement, and so it cannot precisely position distant objects. It cannot see distant objects. So instead, insects tend to take a rather unsteady flight path. So when they are flying, you will see the mosquitoes and all, they keep flying like zigzag, and cockroach and all. They don't fly very nicely like the birds. So they have an unsteady flight path. To navigate to a particular object, to reach a particular destination, they have an unsteady path. And for example, in order to locate the caterpillar, the wasp needs to balance the smell, the odor signals. How? So received by its 2 antennae. So the signal is received by the antennae. So antenna receives the signals. So here receive. Sacrifice, not correct. Accompanied, not correct. Antenna does not carry the signal. Antenna receives the signal. So here first option was vision, related to the eye. Cannot position distant objects, precisely cannot see, and the antenna can receive. So this is your answer. This is how you solve a cloze test. Let's move on to another question. And I hope you are comfortable with what we are doing. Right. So the second question, second one just has 2 blanks. Quickly stop and then we will discuss. Okay, so let's discuss. The last attempt is being made to move the beetles. Beetles are some insect. So here the beetles are being moved. So these insects are being moved to a specially designed pile of rubble. Rubble is rubbish, trash, kachra, that dash their existing habitats. Now they are moving the beetles to some similar habitats. Similar is replicates. So replicates their habitat. Habitat is where they live. Right. So where they live, the beetles are being removed from one place to another, which is similar to their habitat. So replicates. Succumb means fall and to an injury. Here it's not talking about, falling to a disease or injury. Resonate is something which you are comfortable with, something which resonates with, echoes with you, does not make sense here. So replicates, copies their habitat, similar. So it is similar to their habitat. But experts stress that there is only a small chance. Slim chance means a small chance that they will succeed. What will succeed? The change will succeed. The changing of the location. So the translocation, changing of location. They are saying that although they are saying that a similar habitat, a similar area, the similar style of living is being found for them, but the experts are saying that the chances of the success of the change of the location, translocation is very less. There's very less chance that actually it will succeed. Means the beetles are being moved from their habitat, but they will not go. The chances of the movement is not good. Okay, so the movement, the word is translocation. Migration is permanent when you are yourself shifting. Here we are not talking about migratory birds and all. Their location is being changed forcibly. So translocation, removal of the location, translocation. So translocation is better than migration. Formation not here, incorrect here, not part of the thing. So translocation is the right one. Okay, let's quickly do a couple of more questions. Alright, so here, this is a nice sweet question about giant pandas. So let's look at this one. Okay, so you'll quickly stop your screen, see the question, solve it, and then we'll discuss. Okay, so let's discuss. Giant pandas are black and white Chinese bears that are on the verge of extinction. Now removal, right? The verge of going. So here extinction, verge of extinction, very very clear. Indication, verge of indication doesn't, verge of accommodation, not correct. So verge of extinction, this is very clear. Something which is already getting removed, something which is getting vanished. So getting extinct, like dinosaurs are extinct, tigers are on the verge of extinction. Similarly, giant pandas are on the verge of extinction. These large cuddly looking mammals have a big head, heavy body, rounded ears and a short tail. So they are very cute to look at. Most bears' eyes have round pupils. The eyes are round. So, the eyes of the panda are round eyes. The black part is round and round. But here, now, the dash is the giant panda. Now, here something different. Whose pupil is vertical. So, here the eye has got vertical slits. Instead of the round slits, the eye is vertical here. So, it is an exception, right? The giant panda, his eyes have vertical. The others have got round eyes. This guy has got vertical looking eyes. So, exception. So, the exception is the giant panda. Dimension and speculation when you are guessing, this is not correct. So, exception is the giant panda whose eyes are different. And they have these cats-like eyes. So, these unusual eyes dash the Chinese to call the panda the cat bear, the giant cat bear. So, panda is also called as the giant cat bear in Chinese. Why? Because they resemble, the eyes are like the cat's eyes. So, it inspired the Chinese to call them the cat bears, right? So, here the giant pandas are on the verge of extinction and they have got different eyes. The exception that they have are their eyes are slitty eyes, vertical slits, and this has inspired the Chinese to call the giant pandas as the giant cat bear. Okay, so that is how you go with it. Predicted the Chinese? No, Chinese are inspired by the look of the panda's eyes. They look like cats, their eyes look like the cats. So they call them, so they were inspired by their look to call them the giant cat bear. Reversed and predicted are wrong options here. So these are simple questions. If you understand the logic, are very easy to answer. Let's do one last one before we end today's session. This is slightly different. So this says, although the population of England, although is there, so there's a change, right? In the 19th century was rising dash at a rate. That of the cities was increasing by leaps. So here it was rising with an unprecedented rate, right? Crepusculous is of very shining and so not correct. Reprehensible is very something worthy of scolding. So here scolding is not, so the rate of, so unprecedented. Unprecedented means like never before. So this was rising like never before. Unprecedented rate. That of the cities by leaps. This was, so this increase in population by leaps and bounds was as like a never before rate, like a unprecedented. Okay, so option number 2. This was due to the effects of the Industrial Revolution. People were now moving into towns and cities in search for employment. So moving into towns and city, abrogate something, no. Escorning is putting inside something, no. Flocking to towns, moving to towns and cities, flocking. In groups they were going, so flocking to towns and cities in search of employment. For some it was also the call of the unknown, the adventurous, and a better way of life. This period known to be the beginning of many tunes. So the adventurous way of life, so adventurous, escapade. Okay, pliable is one who can change, this is not correct. Abstruse is difficult to understand. So it was also the call of the unknown, the adventurous way of life. So escapade, adventurous. Right? So in the 19th century, it was rising at an unprecedented rate, and this was due to the movement of the people. The people were flocking into the cities, and for them it was something different, something adventurous, something like an escapade. And it was also a beginning of new things. So when you understand the whole story and then you predict the options, have a mental answer, and then you match it with the given options. That is how you do the cloze test, and obviously you look for clues in it and find similar words, right? So this is how you will approach your sentence completion or fill in the blanks and the cloze test, the single blank, the double blank. And I will upload a lot of questions for you to practice so that you're comfortable, but make sure you are working on your vocabulary. Because without the vocabulary, without the basic grammar skills, without vocabulary, phrasal verbs, okay, your idioms, proverbs, idioms and phrases, phrasal verbs, you know, verb plus preposition, get in, get on, get over, get under, vocabulary and proverbs. These are to be revised so that you are very comfortable with all these word level questions, fill in the blanks, antonyms, synonyms, etc. This is all for today. Thank you very much. Take care. God bless. I'll come very soon with a new chapter. Bye-bye.